possible. I'll check. Let's go. There is a high probability that this video may cut out. I say that right off the bat. So if this video cuts out and you've never come and chatted with us before, sorry ahead of time. The internet is very glitchy today. I don't know why. It's not raining. It's a beautiful day. But otherwise, I'm ready for this show. How about you?
Yeah, same here.
Let's go.
Already.
What's up, Flo? Can you hear us okay? Is the sound and quality okay? Because we had a tough time getting this to come up. Just want to check that, if you don't mind. How's the quality? How's the sound? Would love to hear that. All right, you ready, Carla?
I have to always do this because I braid my hair during, we're doing lessons, so then my hair looks all crimpled up. All right.
That looks good.
Alrighty.
All right. Can you check and see if we're good to go?
Yeah, we're good.
I already think we're good to go?
Yes.
All right. Let us know again if there's any sound or internet issues. It's been a rough go getting this set for today. All right. Hello. Welcome back, everyone, guys, gals, to another 5K tennis group family. We love you a lot. Discussion. Today is Sunday, August the 1st. Mm-hmm. Time flies. It just seems like yesterday. It was hurricane season last year, and we were moving out of a house that was destroyed. Right?
Yeah.
It'll be a year ago next month that occurred.
Yep.
All right.
We haven't had hurricanes, but we have had very, very, very tough, humid weather.
Yeah, like 110 heat indexes.
Mm-hmm.
Hurricane season gets really solid generally in the latter part of August into September and in October. So hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. All right. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit that. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We will be doing a $300 cash giveaway for the U.S. Open, and we are starting that countdown now. We are also doing 2 fantasy team winners, $50 to one of 2 winners. So don't forget to subscribe. That's the only thing you have to do to play the games. All right. Here's what we're going to talk about today. In no particular order. Number 1, we're going to talk about Novak Djokovic coming up a little short. I'm sure I will catch hell for this. I've been anticipating this. I'll wait and give my dissertation when we get there. Number 2, we're going to talk about Rafael Nadal is back. He's in Washington, D.C., here in the U.S., playing, warming up, getting ready. Number 3, Zverev and Belinda Bencic win gold at the Olympics. We're going to talk about that as well and some other Olympic stuff, some interesting events that have happened at the Olympics. U.S. Open, start teasing for that, and also any topics or comments that you may have. So make sure that if you want to talk about something, let us know. There's a chat button there. Let us know. Sometimes they go by kind of fast, the comments, but hopefully we catch one. You can super chat it, and I think we were made to see it, right?
No, I can see all the comments.
All right. Let's start it right now. Okay, I'm ready to catch hell. Go ahead. But Novak Djokovic loses to, as Carla would say, Alexander, Sasha, i.e. puppy hater, wife beater is what she would say, loses to Zverev in the gold medal match of the Olympics. No, semifinals.
He lost. He didn't even win bronze.
Yeah,
he lost to Karina
the semifinal match.
Zverev in the semifinals.
Yeah.
And then played Karina Busta. I see Jack Nolte said, this will be interesting was talking with Carla, how will some Novak fans accept defeat? On Can's video, nothing but excuses. Not all but some. Novak man himself was gracious. Fans made excuses. Be prepared for slating. Ha 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 ha.
On whose video? Cam's?
Yeah.
Oh, Cam Williams?
Yeah.
Has anyone okay, so Cam Williams, we really like Cam a lot. We chat with him away from here. And it seems so cheesy to me that there are other people now that do this play-by-play thing, and they've copied not only what he does, but the template, the top tippers, and all. You got to be original, guys. Anyway, it just Cam's great, but there's so many people now that have his same layout and do the same thing.
Well,
it's kind of sad, right?
Well, let's go back to the Novak.
Yeah,
loss.
let's go.
I personally said in the beginning, guys, I don't know why he's playing the Olympics. I get it, it's for his country. I felt like it was just too much, right? I stated that before he played the Olympics. I said he's beatable. I think many said it. Ryan said it on the last show. He's beatable. When it's 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5 at a Grand Slam, it's a completely different story. I think we all can agree on that. I said personally, I wouldn't waste my time at the Olympics. It doesn't matter. Do I care that the guy lost? Not really. It's the Olympics. Are we going to remember Belinda Bencic for winning the Olympics? Maybe just for that, just like Puig, just like Zverev, who has not won really much, one master, I think. He won gold. I think Novak probably is really bummed out. He didn't even get to win bronze. To me, the loss is not a big deal. It's the way he acted during the loss that is a big deal to me. Here the guy put his everything into it to win gold, and he didn't. He didn't even leave with a medal and didn't play mixed because he's injured, supposedly. Maybe he is. I don't know. What can I say about the Novak loss? Not much. It's 2 out of 3. He's probably tired. He's won the Australian. He's won French. He's won Wimbledon. And there he goes and travels to Japan to play the Olympics. It's hot. It's humid. It's, nasty to play in.
But played doubles.
Played mixed doubles. Why? I don't know. Another stupid decision in his part. I think if he was trying to win gold, he should have just concentrated on singles. And that's it. Why waste the energy playing mixed doubles? And then not even competing in the semifinal, which looks bad to me.
Yeah, it wasn't a great strategic
And
move.
then he said pressure doesn't get to him. It obviously did against Carreño Busta. I watched the match against Alexander. First set, he cruised 6-1 or 6-3, whatever it was. He cruised. He looked like Novak Djokovic. Always looks. I thought, well, this crap's over. And then this guy started playing good. He actually started serving right. He actually started moving Novak. I said, okay, second set was pretty good. Third set, he beat him. He looked tired. Novak looked very tired, very sluggish. You can't blame him. It's hard to play in the heat. We all know that, especially a slim guy like him who's played a lot of tennis. I actually have to give credit to Alex. He actually beat him. Alexander, he actually beat him. But then against Carreño Busta, throwing your racket at the stairs and then smashing your racket on the tennis ball. There is no fan out there that can tell me he's being passionate. He's letting out his anger. What about when you hit that racket on the pole? What about the stuff that ricochets off? There's an umpire right there. There's a person standing there, and your opponent is walking towards the net. Dangerous. Did Novak not learn from what happened to him at the U.S. Open? Why would you throw your racket on the stair? Thankfully, there was no fans there because someone would have gotten hit. I just thought, geez, here we are at the Olympics representing your country. Why do you have to smash your racket? Why? No excuse for it.
Okay. A couple things starting out real quickly. First of all, Carla, for the first time in 3 years of doing the show, she just called Puppy Hater, a.k.a. Alexander Zverev, a.k.a. Sasha Zverev, a.k.a. Wife Beater, that she has always called him. She just called him Alexander. Does that mean you have a little bit of respect now at this point?
No, I just said his name because, Puppy Hater gets old after a while. No, it's just, I just mentioned his name. Alexander's a nice name. Not that I like him. No. I don't see much. I don't like him now because he won the Olympics.
Yeah,
no.
There's an old Hank Williams song.
No,
it would be, you never even
I'm not a fan.
Still
not a fan of his. No.
Anyway, you called him by his name and didn't sing the line of, you ain't never called me by my name.
You know why I didn't call him Puppy Hater? Because he actually beat Djokovic. I watched the match.
So he
played better. He was aggressive. He came to the net, put a lot of shots away. He served well. He moved him side to side. He played well, so he deserves the respect on that match. Doesn't mean that I'm a fan.
Okay. You know that I will give credit when credit is due, and I will give grief when grief is due. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
I will give some grief to Djokovic today. I think a lot of us, and let me call out one person respectively. After the last show, we had Ryan Mason on the last show, and Carla was here. And we were talking about Djokovic's chances of winning the Golden Slam in 1 year. Now, remind everybody that there's only two people one person in history that's ever done it in 1 year, and it was a female, Steffi Graf, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's only been two tennis players in history on the men's side that have done this in their entire career. So not in 1 year. That means they can win the Olympics and all 4 majors, but just within their career and not 1 year. And that was Agassi and Rafael Nadal. Am I right there?
I'd never heard Agassi's name. That's the first time I hear Agassi's name.
Agassi won gold, and also Agassi won every slam. So I think it's Nadal and Agassi. My math, I might be wrong. I shot that from the hip. I may be dead wrong. Okay. We were talking about those chances for Djokovic to do it. And I was screaming about, yes, and come on, no, he can do it. Let's go. You know, he's the best player in the world, and by far.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Now, I thought so. So after the last show, one of our longtime viewers, lovely young lady, Nomini Wirakun, much love you a lot. But she kind of dug into me a little bit. She was like, you know, Justin just screams. He's not being objective. You know, Ryan was being objective and Carla was being realistic. To Nomini to answer that, and to all of you, and Nomini also indicated I was a Djokovic worshiper, quote unquote. It's not that I'm a Djokovic worshiper. Okay, there was a point in time where I was a Federer, if that's how you're going to put it, worshiper. But there was a point in time where I realized Federer was done. He's not going to be able to compete at this level in the best of 5 winning majors. There will be a point in time where I think that is Novak Djokovic. But for right now, he is still by far the best player in the world. I understand he just lost in the best of 3 at the Olympics. Okay, I was wrong about that. But if I had to rewind in time and make the same projection again, or the same prediction, I would do it again. Why? Because he's the best player in the world, and he's the best player in the world by far. Okay? Because Zverev won gold and Bencic wins gold, that doesn't mean they're going to go to the U.S. Open and win it. That doesn't mean they're fixing to overtake Osaka at the Australian or Djokovic at the Australian Open. It's just one of those things. Okay? Carla has said for the past 3 or 4 months that, you know, who cares about the Olympics? Tennis. We love the Olympics, but Carla always says we don't care about the Olympics anyway, in terms of tennis. You know, Monica Puig does it. You know, she beats that like a dead horse. But all I'm saying is that if I had to go back in time and make the same proclamation again, I definitely would. Okay? He's the best by far. Okay? Now, at the same point in time, Novak Djokovic does deserve a hell of a lot of grief for his damn attitude and tirade on the damn tennis court. How many times on this show, Carla, over the past multiple years have I said that any player, male, female, recreational, park, whatever, that goes out and smashes a racket on the tennis court, not only looks like, but not only acts like, but more than likely is a damn asshole, brat, piece of shit. Okay? I'm not saying he is that. Okay? That's an assumption by me and a stereotype. That's all I'm saying. However, what really made this a bad look is when Novak Djokovic indicated to the press that without pressure, there is no professional sport, in reference to the way that Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka had dealt with it, you know, stopping play, not playing, deciding to pull out, quit, whatever you want to call it. Novak Djokovic exemplified an absolute shithead look by once again smashing rackets on the court. Hey, I love Djokovic, great player. I love any player that has earned the right to be number 1 in the world and has done so decisively, at the same time garnishing or attaining the greatest of all time. We know he is that now. We're not going to go back there. Head-to-heads he's got, and he's tied for majors. He's the greatest of all time. However, he has one of the worst sportsmanships of all time on the tennis court. Okay, we say
worse. Let me tell you something.
He's an asshole off the court.
On the court, is trying to defend him and saying, you know, laws are put. Let me tell you. Let me show you the video. How would you like it if you're watching a match, your friend, your student, your kid, and there's somebody else walking as he loses the point. The opponent's walking to the net, you know, about to do the changeover, and here comes this person and goes, "Cha!" What could happen? Think of it. It's like when you, by accident, do something, hurt somebody, you regret it for the rest of your life and you can't bring it back. It's not like he's doing it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're at the hundreds, guys, hundreds. That smash, I understand, okay, you're going to smash your racket on your side. All right, well, you know, some players smash their rackets. But this was aggressive. What would you think if he was not Novak Djokovic and was just any player in the world playing a regular tournament? If you saw this, you would think that person is crazy. because you're a Novak fan and you guys admire him and put him on a pedestal, which no one should be put on, you make the excuse for him. But if it would have been a random person, you would think that person has issues. Okay? If it would have been Serena, you guys would be on top of her. Just saying. And let me show the video.
Okay. By the way, while you're pulling that up, the other day, Carla and I had a student. Actually, I was here and I heard about this, but she had a student that was drilling and there was a bunch of ladies in the opposite court. And the student was, and this was an adult male, started getting pissed off, started chunking the racket.
They thought he was crazy.
Thought he was crazy. Like, we're like, what the hell? Again, I am a Djokovic fan, but I'm a coach. I've coached for 22 years. This is what we do for a living. If that was my student on the court, I would talk to the parent and say, you know, I'm not going to coach this. He can go elsewhere. I would prefer not to have that at my courts. However, this isn't a kid. This is a grown man that's the greatest of all time in terms of match play. It's not acceptable. And I'm a fan. It's not acceptable. It's not good. There's no excuse you can make. That's something you have to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, would you go to the local restaurant? And if your, service wasn't 100% great, are you going to get the serving tray and slam it on the ground at your server's feet? Are you going to go to work and get upset at the computer because it's taking too long that day and pick up the monitor and slam it at your manager's feet?
All right, let's look at
Come
this.
on.
Let's look at this. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, you see that? I mean, look at that. You got a ball boy right next to you. Here you go. You got a lady sitting there. God forbid that racket bounce back. Look at that, man. Look at the kid running. You tell me, guys, is that okay to you? At the Olympics, representing your country, is that okay? That's not okay.
On top of that, hit the fence post or hit the net post. Anyway, it's I have to tread carefully here because again, I'm a fan and I don't want to beat him down too hard here. But
here we go. Here's the picture.
This is an international stage. It's not cool.
Look at that. Look at the person running. Does that person look like he's in fear?
Oh, that dude.
Absolutely, man. Come on.
That dude's scared.
Look at that.
You see the guy over there? Did you see the guy like ducking?
Yeah, and I gotta give a shout out to someone. I said I would.
I mean, think about it,
His
guys.
name is
Think about it.
DKTNNS, and he put something funny on Twitter. He said some funny stuff about Djokovic. He said, "This is before."
The microphone's over here.
Well, they can hear me, I'm sure. This is before. This is his picture before he started, which I thought, okay, the guy's flexible, and he put this is after. I thought that was pretty funny when he posted that on Twitter.
Yeah.
And let's go back to the rackets. Let's go back to the rackets because we have to.
What about the racket smashing?
The racket smashing.
Okay, so to finish my thought on the racket smashing.
I'm not continuing that with another hour. We just started, Dushan. This is the problem I have with some of the Novak fans. Somebody else does it, they're on them. Because it's Novak, it's okay. He's passionate. Let me go smack my kid. I'm passionate. I just want them to be better. No. We have to tell the truth here. Roger Federer did blast the racket, and we get on everybody
in Miami in 2009. Yes. Okay,
yeah. Let me read something that I read too as well, and I thought this was great. I read it on social media. Okay, this person says, "Tired of watching professional break rackets. Can you imagine a gladiator breaking his sword at the point in the struggle for tension and stress? Gladiators took full care of their sword, as his or her prowess depended on her victory or his victory and her or his life. I can't understand how a pro player can break his racket during a game." He also says, "I thank my father for educating me and explaining me when I started practicing tennis. Never throw or break a racket for much anxiety or stress I had during games. That there's no fault. They should be taken care of and kept in perfect state. That was my sword to fight with." And he says, "I admire Rafa for the care and respect that he has on his materials, especially his racket."
You did good. I agree. I feel like Carla is very passionate about.
No, I'm not very. I don't like it. I don't like it.
But she's very passionate, and I am too. The next time that was a great statement, but I felt like that message was supposed to be delivered much more intensely.
What he's saying is,
so you're passionate about it. Just slow down the reading a little bit.
Take care of your weapon.
For 3 years that we've done this show, and for many years prior to that, 3 years that we've done this show, for 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 Carla and I have always said there should be 2 bins on the tennis court, like 2 trash cans, right? And this should become part of the rule book, so all players are very very aware of this. There should be 2 bins or buckets on the court at every tournament, no matter what. 250s, challengers, ITFs, doesn't matter what it is, okay? Majors, whatever. And if a player feels like breaking a racket, that player can either go ahead and smash it and not think before they act. And then when they get that smashed racket, they have to go over and put it in the dunce bucket or I broke it bucket. And they get fined an insurmountable amount of money and don't get good court choice when they play their next match. So let's say you're Novak Djokovic, you smash a racket, right? Bam, you didn't think, you just did it on the fly. Oh no, now I get shamed because the world's going to watch me put it in the dunce bucket. And then I don't get center court tomorrow. I might get court 17, number 1. Now, if they feel like smashing the racket, boom, and they don't, and they still have the intact racket, they go to the other bin and they put the racket in that bin, and that racket gets donated with their signature for having the sportsmanship to not break it, and then to remember how many hungry people in this world could use that racket and how much money it would fetch on eBay if one of these people was given that racket. I'm talking thousands of dollars, and you smash it and throw it in the damn audience. Okay. These rackets that are smashed could feed some people in certain places of the world for 6 months. I'm just saying, okay. Or B, these rackets they get just pummeled all over the courts, and there's a lot of players that do it. Should cause massive amounts of fines, and it doesn't happen. Why?
Well, again,
it's ridiculous.
I'm not criticizing. Look, Djokovic lost because he's tired. He has a lot of stress, blah, blah, blah. I get all of that. There is no excuse. You guys say that every single time that he smashes a racket. He's under stress. Guess what? The doctor doing the operation is under stress, but he doesn't grab it starts cutting you because he's stressed.
Start down blasting.
A police officer that has to go to a place where he got called is under stress. A teacher trying to teach kids to tell them to behave, calm down, is under stress. A mother who is trying to raise her children, a father who is trying to pay their bills is under stress. We are all under stress. Doesn't mean you have to do it. Just saying.
That's very well said. I'll take a fist pump.
I'm sorry. There is no excuse. You might hate me, Dushan. I don't care. We are all under stress. But we do not have to smash a racket or smash anything. It's not a good example. It makes him look bad. Is he a champion? Absolutely. Is he number 1? Absolutely. Is he the GOAT? Absolutely. And because if he lost the Olympics, to me, it's not a big deal. I don't see him as less. I don't care.
Carlos,
I don't care.
Carlos said that prior to the Olympics beginning. Okay.
Don't care.
If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a damn duck. Smashing rackets, no matter who you are. And I don't care if you say I'm a Djokovic worshiper. I'm a fan, and I love what he's about, and I love his fight, and I love his patriotism. But a duck was walking, a duck was quacking, a duck started blasting, and the rackets got to cracking. He deserves a smacking. He looked like a freaking idiot. And whoever, every time we diss Djokovic, we lose 5 subscribers. Every time we prop him up, we gain 5.
But
we just tell it the way it is. And I'm one that wants to see him win the U.S. Open and wants to see him continue his role. But when you do that, it looks really shitty, man. And then also prior to this event, the media at the Olympics was asking him about dealing with pressure. He was making reference to, you have to deal with pressure because what would sport be without it? The Simone Biles and the Naomi Osaka thing. And he looked worse than they did. At least, could you imagine if Simone Biles went out and instead of her just pulling out, she went out there and took a shit on the freaking floor mat? Could you imagine if Naomi Osaka just didn't go out there and lost like a woman, went out there and just fucking farted in the fucking camera? I mean, fucking think about it. Look, Djokovic took a shit. He took a shit on the court at the Olympics, and you can call me a hater. That's okay. That's okay.
But I'm gonna
but too many people think I just idolize one person. The reason why I'm always on him is because he's the best in the world by far. But that doesn't mean if he takes a shit on the fucking court at the fucking Olympics that I'm not going to get freaking mad as shit.
Yeah. That was terrible. But let me give Djokovic some props. I was reading this article that I thought was crazy. I thought it was crazy that this guy was dissing on Djokovic, okay? He was playing with Stojanovic.
Yeah.
Stojanovic doubles,
that
right?
was too bad.
And Melo, I thought this was pretty cheesy and wimpish of Melo to even complain about. Doubles player Melo calls out Djokovic after mixed doubles. So they lose to, the Brazilian team loses to the Serbian team. And he said, I'm going to read a little bit of the article, which I had to laugh because I thought, what? This guy's a wimp. He said, surprise. He said, called out Djokovic after mixed double loss. Surprised me, but on a negative way. There was no need for that. Novak surprised me in a negative way. There was no need for that. 2 days ago, he filmed himself speaking about Brazil and Brazilians, our energy, and how is he behaving that way? What is he referring to? The fact that Djokovic hit a lob and Melo turned around and hit his back.
Totally cool.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Wasn't this guy a former number one doubles player?
Yeah, totally
it's
legal.
Part of doubles. He didn't even hit him hard.
No problem.
I watched 7 minutes of the match that they had on YouTube because I wanted to find this. And I'm like, why is this guy complaining about Djokovic? I got to see this. Did Djokovic do this in a malignant way? And I looked at it. He didn't even try to hit him hard.
No, totally
He turned around and I said,
problem.
is this guy really being a girl?
Yeah.
Man, when we play doubles, what do?
We go after it. Yeah.
We go after it. That's part of doubles. Just saying.
Let's even make this more in light. We have a multitude of I always say every human being is young because we're very young here, but eternal life is infinite. And I believe in that. But anyway, on this earth, we have some that, maybe 40, 50, 60 years old that are playing the game or just learning the game. And when they're playing with me and we're doing doubles drills, do I take it easy on them? How many middle-aged, like our age and plus, I say that, put myself in the category. How many people do I go after at the net looking for to invigorate them, to make them feel alive a little bit, man? If I go out there and I'm training you and you're my student and I'm just trying my best to tap it around you, I mean, don't you get bored with that? Anyway, we go after people. Nonetheless, it is totally legit, totally fine. I don't care what the hell happened. If the ball was in play and he decided to go after you, even if your back was turned, so be it. Whatever.
Yeah,
part of the deal.
I thought he was a little baby for even complaining about that. To say that it affected him in a negative way, I thought that was funny.
I go after people a lot.
Ferkio says, I guess Djokovic was in the mood to play in the last mixed match. At least I think so. He didn't seem injured during his match with PCB. Isn't it interesting that Pablo Carreno Busta?
It's a good comment.
Second time, there is something he does to Djokovic. But in his head, there's something. Because the lady that got hit in the throat happened when he was playing him.
Yeah.
And now this.
Yeah.
What's up with this guy that he can't stand him?
I wonder how Novak's mixed doubles partner feels. Do you think that Novak's mixed doubles partner is thinking right now, geez, I could have had a medal for my country, but
probably the only thing I would have done.
I mean, are you as Djokovic fans? Let's scratch if you're just a Djokovic fan, because otherwise you could care less because it's just a female, right? I'm kidding. But what not necessarily, because over the years it seems like that's how it is. But nonetheless, you Serbians that are native, you live there, you're from there, are you upset that Novak Djokovic may have costed you a medal because of pulling out and leaving?
No, they're going to say no because Novak was hurt.
Because he's more important than her?
He was hurt. They're going to say. He stated that he was hurt.
Yeah.
After the Carreno Busta. I'm sure he was hurt here and hurt wherever else he was hurt. I'm sure he was drained. He shouldn't have played mixed doubles.
The mixed
we could look at it both ways. We could look at it both ways. He's hurt. The other way is she probably wouldn't have gotten so as far if Novak wouldn't have played with her. So
look, you can call it what you want. You can play it.
I'm making an excuse. Okay, nice.
Okay. Carla played it the nice way. You know, if it wasn't for Novak being my partner, I wouldn't have been here anyway. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Okay, maybe I wouldn't have been here in the first place. On the flip side of that, you know, hey, you know, we're here and we should have won, and he pulled out and he screwed me. So you can look at it either way. However, we're talking luck here. I don't believe in luck. Everything I think is destiny, right? I don't believe in luck. It happened because it was supposed to happen. The mixed doubles partner got screwed in the ass with the freaking iron, freaking fire hot pole. I don't care how you look at it, because they were there. It's not if they weren't there. They were there. You can't say, well, I wouldn't have been here if. But you were in the present. You were like Einstein with E equals MC squared. You were in the dynamics of now. You were in the present. You can't go back in time and twist through wormholes and end up and redo that. You're in the now, and that happened, and now it's in the past. What I'm saying is the mixed doubles partner got a fire hot prod, and it got rammed up her ass, and she is mad as shit.
I don't think she's mad.
She's mad
because she's a woman.
She might be scared to be vocal about it because of repercussions in her country, but nonetheless, she's mad as shit. Fire hot prod and all, in the ass. She's pissed.
She can't because she's
pissed.
Can't. It's Novak.
She might get her fingers chopped off. Be careful.
Will Nina Stojanovic get another chance to win a gold medal?
She needs to. She needs to.
I don't know, but Djokovic did mention that he will play Paris 20.
Yeah, 20, whatever.
He'll be 38 years old.
Okay, look.
I wouldn't bother with that, Novak. I would concentrate on this. Don't worry about it.
Okay, here, I got something. This is for Novak Djokovic out there. This is for Novak Djokovic. If you're in Serbia, you should please give this to Novak, or the president, or the governing body. You should give them this. Novak Djokovic is well aware that endorsements pay a lot of money, right? If this girl, his mixed doubles partner, would have won a medal at all, you know, she would have gotten lifetime endorsement. She could have walked around the rest of her life with a medal of any color or shade on her neck, rolling around Serbia, and all the kids would be like, yay, yay, yay. This was a life damn changing event when he pulled out. Now, Djokovic should understand that if he's a good human being, and say, look, I'm going to give you 10 million, no problem. I got 200 million, 300 million, 400 million in the bank, and still rolling money off endorsements. He should tell her, if he is a good human being, I got you for the rest of your life. Because him pulling out a mixed doubles was a rest of your life fucking moment.
He should say that. I got you. Because he definitely could get her.
I got that much money. I got you.
Yeah,
I got
you. Screwed her.
Okay, I give him enough shit. Okay.
And look,
screwed
I noticed all the Novak fans
with Vaseline
they're all
and
quiet.
the ass.
Look, it's chirp, 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 chirp. This guy, right? Michael, have you noticed they're all quiet? Alex Couillard, all quiet. Why? Burkill, have you noticed they're all quiet? I don't see the typical why. Because there is no excuse for it. That just was not a good look.
Yeah.
Just not. But, you know, hey, we've got Alexander with the goal. We got
Benchik with the gold.
Benchik with the gold.
Oh,
but the Kuwan Hachinov with the silver, and Carreño Busta with bronze.
Yeah, and by the way, Alexander Zverev, no longer a puppy hater to Carla, now has 16 tournament wins, 4 of them being Masters 1000s, one ATP final, and now a gold medal. Belinda Bencic, by the way, you know, she used to be former top 5 in the world. She was number 4 in the world at one point.
She still was top.
No, she's like number 10 now, or 12, I think.
I never really liked her.
She is only the 4th Swiss person ever to have won a medal in the Olympics in tennis. And now can add a gold medal to the mix, right? She won in doubles as well.
Pam says, pressure is a privilege, but pressure also exposes your true character.
There you go.
Wow, I like that one.
Like that one too.
Alex Couillard said, Benchik got gold in singles and silver in doubles. Pretty cool. Michael says this tournament was tough to pick, male and especially female. It always is. The Olympics is so tough to predict. That's why I've talked to a lot of our students, and I said, what do you guys think of tennis Olympics? You know what they said? Who cares? Really? You know, they rather watch the swimming. Let me tell you, last night we were watching track and swimming. What's the beast guy? The good-looking dude?
Oh, his last name was Dressel.
That guy, that's why I watch the Olympics.
The U.S. swimmer.
That's why I watch the Olympics, because people like them have to work hard, wait every 4 years for this big moment. We were watching track as well, remember?
Yeah.
I mean, those guys train for that. This is what they train for.
Look,
Tennis, you train for the Grand Slams.
I was watching this Chinese woman going lights out in the shot put, man. She was like, poo, poo. Ugh. And then I watched another Chinese athlete break his own world record in the deadlift or weightlifting above the head. I was pretty stoked about that. I was like, let's go.
I like Adobe's comment. When a player smashes a racket, they should make them play with it. That would stop them.
There you go. That's a great comment.
Bravo.
Who said that?
Adobe?
Adorable.
Yeah.
Yes, that's better than the bucket idea. If you smash it, you playing with it. That's excellent, bro. You should turn that in. You should write formula or format that and let 1 million people sign it and send it into the tournaments. You know?
Yeah.
That's the best comment of the
Best
day.
comment, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, Alex Friel says I got emotional during swimming finals. Me too. I watched. I was like cheering the Ledecky.
Yeah,
I was like,
Ledecky.
come on. It was just. You could feel it even when they did the anthem. You could feel it. Tennis, I was like,
look, it would have been so much better track and field if the young lady didn't smoke weed before it started. Yeah, what's her name? Denise, the young lady that was the track star, and she was supposed to have a really big Olympics, and then she smoked some pot because a family member passed away or something. She smoked some weed and she failed a drug test, and then she didn't go to the Olympics.
Yeah, there's another one too that got pulled out last minute. Michael Walker said, did you see Elaine and JM go 1, 2, 3 in the 100-meter women? We did see 2 ladies.
We did, yeah.
Man, those girls are beasts. They're ripped.
Going off,
They're ripped. By the way, for those players, so those viewers that say that Serena takes steroids, have you guys seen the track and field ladies? Their muscular tone?
Ripped.
Doesn't that remind you of Serena? Or are they taking steroids too?
Ripped.
Or is it that they're naturally built that way and then they work out?
Ripped.
Which one is it?
Man, yeah, there are some beasts out there for sure, and they're putting in work. And at the Olympic level,
those are some ripped bodies. I was like, damn.
And nowadays at the Olympic level, man, you're getting false positives on poppy seeds from a Whopper somehow translating from an opiate to human growth hormone. Believe me. There was a young lady that got pulled out right before the final from Nigeria. She was a Nigerian sprinter and got pulled out right before a final because of a positive human growth hormone test. I mean, they're all over him. These girls are balling, man. There's one girl that's from Gulfport, Mississippi, right up the road, and she's a long jumper, straight out of Gulfport, doing big things, right?
And then we saw one from California.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, these girls are ripped and they're beautiful.
Let's go, Mississippi.
They're ripped and they're beautiful. No one tells them they look like guys.
Let's go. They get down. Yeah. And then we were watching someone last night do the hammer throw.
Oh, he was in love with her.
Loved her, man.
He was in
she
love
was doing the hammer throw. I was like, damn, she is swole, man. I'm like,
he was in love with her.
She was like the first one to throw the hammer right off, and I was like, God, dog, she is freaking jacked up, man. Her makeup was a little off. But nonetheless, she was balling though.
Yeah. He was like, wow.
I was like, ooh.
She made Serena look like nothing, right?
Like, hey, Miss Parker.
I think my son was watching the volleyball Canadians against the Americans, and he was like, damn. Yeah. Oh my God.
All right.
Her name was Sha'Carri Richardson, by the way. This guy just said
Let me make sure that's right, though. Can you pull me up a picture of Sha'Carri? Because I want to make sure this girl gets respect. I'm not talking shot put. There was a girl playing shot put.
No, he's talking about the one
the
with
hammer throw?
The wheat thing.
And she was just like,
no, he's talking about the one with the wheat thing, babe.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, okay. That sounds right. Yes. Thank you. All right. Rafael Nadal is making his presence known on the hard court. He's here in the U.S. at Washington, D.C. Carla, by the way, has indicated that if Rafael Nadal does not win the U.S. Open this year, she will get a tattoo. And I know a lot of you are like, why would you put a tattoo on a Ferrari? She wants one. I like one, but she's not going to get one unless Rafael Nadal does not win the U.S. Open. Mm-hmm. First of all, the question to all of you is, do you think Rafael Nadal is now a favorite over Novak Djokovic to win the U.S. Open because of a 2 out of 3 set loss at the Olympics?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Don't think so at all. Number 2, has anyone even thought about the design that I told you could all come up with for her tattoo? Haven't seen anything. Anyway, we'll start with you, Carla.
about. I was
No,
looking.
no,
I don't think because Djokovic lost, that doesn't mean that he has less of a chance.
Well, no, okay.
But I picked Nadal to win because, like I said, and I'm going to repeat it, and I've been saying it since Wimbledon. The U.S. Open, the crowd is rowdy. It's hot. Everyone's tired. They've played so many hardcore tournaments. You know, by the time you get to the U.S. Open, you're tired. And the crowd just changes everything. You have those night matches, you know, the heat, the humidity is a bit different.
Lights.
I think underdogs here really fight till the end because it's their last chance to get a Grand Slam. And that's why I say Novak will not win the U.S. Open. Not that I'm saying that Nadal will beat Novak. I think in order for Nadal to win, Novak needs to lose before they meet.
Crowd support is always huge at the U.S. Open. Like you said, sometimes a midnight match with the New York crowd. Just the crowd being there makes the difference of winning or losing at times. And again, I still believe that Djokovic will win the U.S. Open. However, the latest tirade on the international stage at the Olympics is going to shed some fans away. And in New York, they're going to be very vocal about that, right? The first time Djokovic walks out on the court in New York, the crowd is going to be pissed because in the U.S., people take the Olympics very seriously to the point of, their patriotism and so forth. And I'm sure a lot of you do too. But that outburst of the Olympics is going to hurt Novak Djokovic, especially in New York. It's going to hurt badly. So if he's able to pull off Medvedev type crowd energy, which he's done and exemplifies, then he'll be okay. But Djokovic is going to be in for a really hardcore U.S. Open in terms of crowd support because he's going to have zero. He's going to have -0. And he created that, and that's okay. Can he handle that pressure? He couldn't handle it at the Olympics. Let's see if he can handle it in New York. Now, Carla, 6 months ago, indicated prior to the French Open being played that she thought that Rafael Nadal would have a really good opportunity, if not win the U.S. Open. And she's stuck by that since prior to the French Open.
Yeah. Can you put the AC on?
Yeah, I got it.
I'm like really overheated. So let's see here. Alex Criar said, I wish Novak the best in trying to win all 4 slams in a year, just like Serena tried to do in 2015. Didn't he do that in 2011 as well? Alex, Michael Walker said, Osaka can win or lose. It is women's tennis. True. This guy 1000 said, if Djokovic wins the U.S. Open, no one will even mention the Olympics. Okay, maybe. Flo says, I'm in New York. If I'm still here, I will go to the U.S. Open. Flo, if you do go to the U.S. Open, huh?
Tell her to come here.
She's in New York, Justin. Why would she leave New York to come to Alabama?
Take a quick flight.
Come on. Are you going to pay for her flight?
Maybe.
Okay. If you do go to the U.S. Open, please send us pictures. Email it to me. We'll put them on the show. Alex VR said, I mean, the calendar slammed like Raw Live and Mark. Can someone put the AC on, please?
I just did, Carla.
Ooh, it's hot. Jack Nolte says, Michael Walker agreed, but see how to deal with pressure on slams. Again, I still think Novak is beatable just because it's the last slam. And I know a lot of Serbian fans said, he's got a lot of pressure. Well, he's definitely going to feel the most pressure, in my opinion, trying to complete all the slams here.
Hey, by the way, if you can't come here, Flo, Mike Walker's in New York City.
She's in New York working right now.
That's what I'm saying. Well, Mike Walker's in New York.
Yeah. He said, did you get tickets? Not yet.
You can hook up at the Open. Let's go. Come on.
Alex said Novak will be tired. That's my opinion. He will be tired by the time we get to the U.S. Open. Is he playing any tournaments? Any warm-up tournaments?
That's a great question. Surely he will. Since Cincinnati or Montreal, the Rogers Cup, I'm guessing. And again, Djokovic is still by far, in my opinion, no matter, forget about the Olympics. Carla said that since before it even started. She's like, Olympics who? For tennis. He's still the best player by far in the world. And last year, again, he still would have won the U.S. Open if it wasn't for the throat hack. I gave him grief for the racket. He deserved it. It's over. It's in the past. He's still the favorite for the U.S. Open.
Sure,
he's still the favorite to win 21.
He's definitely still the favorite. I'm not taking that away from him, but I think it'll be a challenge. It'll be the most challenging. By the way, Novak is still number 1 at 332 weeks, tying Martina Navratilova.
Excellent job.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Definitely. Steffi Graf still has that by, she's, I think, 377, something like that.
Steffi Graf, in my opinion, the GOAT.
By the way, I want to read a comment that Wayne Chia sent to me, since we're watching the Olympics, talking about the Olympics. He hasn't watched much tennis because it's hurt him. The Nadal losses really hurt him.
Big Nadal fan.
Some of these fans, it's like Rahesh, he's a Novak fan. If he doesn't win, he doesn't watch. I guess Wyndham Chia is the same way. Wildlife, I think you're the only one that is a Rafa fan and still watch no matter what. He says, a Chinese came in 6th in the men's 100-meter dash finals.
A Chinese person came in.
That's how he said. I'm reading exactly what he said it. After clocking 9.83 to qualify fastest. Still very impressive considering one would usually not expect the usual Chinese physique to do well in a 100-meter dash. No reason why China cannot produce a top men's player. Not like Fed is extraordinary physique-wise.
This is an interesting comment. Thank you for that. And it got my mind thinking. This was a kind of a poignant comment. I mentioned earlier in this show that Carla and I were watching the Olympics last night, and we watched a Chinese weightlifter set a world record or an Olympic record for his weight class. He threw up, I think it was like almost 400 pounds or something like that. And then we watched another young Chinese female shot put, and she was killing it. But I did notice that both these athletes were very short. They weren't very tall. They were pretty short, right? Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he mentions track. What?
What's up, Wyndham Chia? He said, reading my comment just when I popped in.
But my thing is here is there any correlation between the heights of the average Chinese athlete and their not great track or track and field performance? In other words, a lot of these track athletes are long and lean, like Usain Bolt, and they're getting out there with really long strides and really long gaits, and they are flying. A lot of the Chinese athletes, respectively, that I've seen in this Olympics, the gold medal winners are really quite stout. And so maybe that the overall build of the Chinese athlete is not what it really takes to create that long, elegant, gazelle-like, cheetah-like stride. Do you think it has anything to do with it?
I don't know. Maybe they don't train enough for that. You know how they concentrate in certain sports, like obviously table tennis, badminton, gymnastics, swimming. I saw a lot of weightlifting. So maybe they concentrate on some sports, just like in Latin countries, they concentrate. When we saw the swimmer from Guatemala, we were like what?
Okay.
And then Colombia, we're like,
well, let me ask you a question, Carla. And this is more for Carla because I've always dreamt of doing so, but I've never been out of the continental United States. Mm-hmm. Carla has mentioned to me that a lot of times from the northern part of Mexico where it meets the U.S. until kind of central Mexico, that people are very short. If you go to some of the North Koreans, they tend to be kind of short. There's different geographical parts of the world where someone may be short or more indigenous being tall. Like look at the Vikings in Norway.
We saw the Swedish guy, right?
Swedish guys are
he won the shot. What was it that he won the shot?
I
think so.
I think it was the shot
like,
put.
Oh,
he's like, I am an Icelandic giant. But there are some geographical parts of the planet in which I understand that some people are just inherently tall and some people are inherently short. Maybe it's because of diet, or maybe it's because of the food, what they have to intake, and anyway. But I don't think that the Chinese are shortcoming in track and field. I just think that maybe the build of the typical average person from that part of the world and that area may not have the 6'3", 4, 5, 6 frame with extremely lean muscles to get up and go. I think that might be it.
Yeah. Wyndham Chia said the Chinese woman won the shot. The one day you were saying.
Yeah, and she was a beast, man.
He says Kokina is tall, but is great at gymnast. Let's go back. Michael Walker says, no, Justin, most track stocks are not built like Usain Bolt. They have stocky, muscular build.
The sprinters, yes. The sprinters, yes. I understand. The sprinters, yes.
But is normal.
It's sprinters, yes. Ran a lot of track up until the high school time. Carla ran track, very, very aware.
Yes, we're stocky, yes.
Very aware of the track and field.
You know why I stopped track?
Yeah.
because there's no way I was going to
But why?
beat the
She
sisters.
don't even want to say it.
There's no way I was going to beat
Yeah,
the sisters.
never
And I
gonna beat
have
the
my
brothers,
best friend, her name is
Never
Zakia.
gonna beat the brothers.
By the
man.
way, her name was Zakia Ryan,
What
and
happened?
she's a hairstylist, a famous hairstylist in New York, Manhattan. And she was a beast. I thought she could have done excellent in track, but she wanted to do hair, and she's doing well.
Look,
and
man.
there's no way I could have I tried my hardest, and I was fast.
Yeah.
No way. I said, I'm wasting my time.
And respectively, some of my dearest friends to this very day, namely Michael Mixon, still my brother, was there when my youngest son was born 5 years ago, last of 5. But people like Michael Mixon put me out of basketball. People like Antonio Finney. People like Antonio Finney put me out of football. They're just better athletes, and you have to give it to them.
I agree. Like my daughter wanted to do track, and I looked at her. I said, "You're fast, but
you're Spanish.
That's the wrong sport, sweetie."
Yeah.
I said, "Let's go to another sport." I said, "Let's not kid ourselves here."
You know, you might get a.
That's like her telling me, "I want to go play basketball." I'll be like,
"Yeah."
No.
And look, and you got to tip your hat to the Jamaicans too, because some of the Jamaican female sprinters are some of my favorite runners to watch. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But anyway, track and field, we love. Been there, done that. So we get it. Overall medal count, by the way, United States has 59 medals, 59. Mm-hmm. China has 51, and Russia has 44 to sum up the top 3. However, the U.S. has 20 gold. China has 24 gold, and Russia has 12 gold. But now that track and field has started,
I think USA,
that gold count's going to start changing a little bit.
USA will start going up. Let's see. Cycling is tough enough. All right, let's read some comments. Okay, Michael Walker says, I'm a Nadal fan. Win or lose, I've watched. I learned the hard way. The show must go on during Nadal's slump in 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
So am I. I'm a Nadal fan, but again, I appreciate other players, and I will keep watching tennis just because if let's say he never wins another tournament, that's okay with me.
Oh, he will.
You said he'll never win
Nadal?
Yeah.
Another major or another tournament?
Tournament, major, whatever.
He'll win another tournament.
To me, I'm a tennis player, and I appreciate those tennis players. I'll keep watching tennis for sure. For me, I don't take those losses of my favorites. Like, oh, maybe Serena's is tough for me because I feel like she deserves to win another slam.
Well, Carla, you and I watched tennis as much 35 years ago as we do now. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was in our house.
Don't say Russia. It's ROC. Laugh out loud.
Carla, tennis was in our house. Carla and I watched as much tennis when Edberg was playing Becker.
I watched tennis for a long time.
As we watch now. Nothing's changed for us with it. You know, some people, like you said, some people come on this channel and then they leave comments and we say, oh, we haven't seen you in a while. And their response is, well, you know, Djokovic hasn't, played, or Nadal hasn't played, or Federer is about to retire. We've watched this game since we were very young. It's just in our family. We were born this way.
What do we think of the new the movie that's going to come? The movie that's going to come out about the Williams sisters and their dad training them. Anyone going to watch that? I probably won't pay like top dollar to go watch it. I'll probably wait till like it's on Redbox or something like that. Alex Cuyar said, when Serena and Venus retire, I'll be sad, but there's upcoming players that I'll watch. Yep. Jack Nolte says, Federer and Serena, my favorites, but the game is bigger, will always be, but big games go on. Alex said he's going to watch the movie. Michael Walker said, China has over 1 billion people with many different body types to choose from different regions of China.
Yes, but we still haven't seen the likes of, say, the Chinese out. Name some players outside of the young, what was it, Jeremy Lin that played with the Bulls and the Knicks, I think. I mean, you don't see Yao Ming was another one, but I mean, statistically, you're not seeing many dominant athletes come out of China that are very tall. I mean, you got a few, sure, great, but I mean, I can start rolling off every NBA player in the NBA.
Li Na. Yeah, but that was
but we're talking about sprinting, track and field. Li Na, we know that very well.
Tennis, yes, tennis is huge in China.
Huge,
yes.
Yeah. We can.
You don't have to be tall.
I'm talking track and field. Where you need a long stride. Basketball, where you need height. I mean per capita. Mm-hmm. If you got the best, if you went to China and got the best all-star team in China, for basketball, the best all-star team, got all the best players, the best height, the best. You could even take a U.S. coach or whatever NBA coach and bring them there. And it does. So I don't want coaching to be a variable, but if you take again, it's just I don't know if it's an environmental thing, but you're not going to find per capita a bunch of basketball players at the highest level and people that run track in China. I mean, unless something changes, I don't know if it's if it's a diet thing or genetics, I don't know. But it's not rocket science. It's true.
Thomas Brunswick said, I want to see if Venus and Serena's stepbrother plays tennis and if he will be like them. I think that men's tennis is very tough. I hate to say it, women have a much better chance of being successful at the sport.
Lightning strikes more.
Lightning strikes for men.
Lightning strikes more for the women. And now again, we've talked about this.
I think that I doubt that Andy Williams' stepbrother. I don't think he'll.
We've talked about this type of thing ad nauseum. There are many people across the globe, no matter race, ethnicity, culture, whatever, that have the ability to be what Serena did to tennis, but they're never noticed.
Her stepbrother.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
they're never noticed. They don't have the money
sister.
to be discovered. They had the same athleticism that Serena did, but didn't have the dad. There are so many athletes globally that have the potential to be the best in the world, and they aren't noticed, or they don't have the luck or the lightning strike to get there. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Jack Nolte said Trailer looks class with Will Smith, is a good actor. Some people think he should have an Oscar by now. What do you think of him playing Richard?
Who?
He's playing Richard Williams, Will Smith.
I guess we'll have to check it out.
It's coming on HBO. Michael Walker said, Carla, the Williams movie comes out in the movies and HBO at the same time. Well, I have HBO, so I'll watch it.
Interesting.
Wayne M. Chit says, I recall USA pipped China in 2008 gold medal count, but was shocked to find Wikipedia showing China having the most goals in 2008. It seems that there were some relocation over the years due to drugs, etc.
Can you ask a poll question there?
Sure. What's the poll question?
Here's a poll question. When the Olympics are over, and if you can phrase this and try to phrase it after I say it, mm-hmm. When the Olympics are over and we go back in time mm-hmm. and look at who won the Olympics, is it who had the most gold medals, or is it who had the most medals combined? Is it medal count, ? Or is it most gold medals
for this Olympic?
For any Olympics? Like if we're,
that's a tough one.
Okay. If we're in a common conversation and I say, hey, who won the Olympics? Do you just say the country that had the most medals combined? Or do you say, oh, well, John Doe country did because they had 27 medals, gold medals, and the other country had 24, even though one country may have more medals combined. So what I'm saying is right now, the United States has 59 medals, but 20 of them are gold. But China, on the other hand, has 51 medals, and 24 of them are gold. Do you see what I'm saying? So China has 3 more gold medals.
Do you look at countries' gold medal or just medals?
Do you look at countries' gold medals or just medals combined? I don't know how to state the question. Anyway, I mean, I do, but it would kind of. Do you look at countries' gold medals or just medals combined as the winner? Yeah. And it's going to be like crappy grammar.
That's okay.
Like you didn't even get out of kindergarten, but that's all right. Don't pay attention. Look, I give her a hard time. Can I get a hug?
Here, I'll change.
I give her a hard time.
Did I even do it?
I don't think I did. She's for being raised.
Oh my God! Stop. Here, I'll end the poll and I'll.
No. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
I'm gonna ask it a different way.
Come on, man.
I'll ask it a different way so you're happier.
Do you consider the country with the most medals or the most gold?
You can ask it. You're asking it.
I already did 17 times, but I can't type it.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, we don't have to type it. Move on.
Let's see. China. What can I?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
We're frozen a little bit. Okay, there we go.
All right.
Michael Williams did not know. Okay. There are 2 charts, most goals, and Michael Walker says there are 2 charts, most gold, and then there's also most medals.
Who do you think the beast is, though? Out of those 2 charts, what do you think is the more important of the 2? Like if you're checking every morning when you get up and you're like, oh, I wonder what the score is. Are you looking at total medals or are you looking at golds? Which one is the beast mode to you? That's what I'm getting at.
Wayne M. Chit said coaching counts. Some Taiwanese badminton players trained together with Chinese in recent years, and now they're challenging the Chinese. The Chinese used to be untouchable.
Now, I did notice this young man, 19 years old. I think he was from Taiwan, a table tennis player that took out a Croatian player earlier today in a really good match. You know, the women's table tennis game for me is different than the men's table tennis game. It seems like the men's keep the ball a little bit lower and don't have as many big booming points, and it seems like the women kind of let the ball sit up a little bit more, and they kind of
like tennis.
Yeah, it's very synonymous with tennis.
Women's tennis, it's a bit slower.
Well, no.
The serve's a bit slower, and the guys are a bit more aggressive. That's just how it is.
The guys tend.
The women just
the guys tend to be playing on a shorter court. They're just like boom, 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 right here, and the ball will just end real quick. And the girls are like bam, 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 bam. The guys seem to be closer in more often. Like here, and then you're like, wait a minute, I didn't even see where the ball went, and it just skirted underneath them. The women tend to play bigger.
Now, I should ask a poll question. I'm going to ask it. I'm not going to say it. I'll type it. You could talk. Go ahead.
What's the poll question?
I'm going to put if Novak won gold, if Novak, okay, I'm going to put if Djokovic, won gold.
If Djokovic won gold.
Would more Serbian viewers be on today?
Would more Serbian viewers be on today? You noticed that, right?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's count this.
We should see an analytics on that. So the Serbian viewers, much love. Love you a lot. The Serbian viewers make up 11% of our viewers.
Yes.
11%. And they've been relatively quiet today at like 0%.
Dushan got mad at me because he's like, go on. You keep going on.
But we love Dushan.
I have to state the obvious. Thomas, if you're out there, don't ever smash your racket, okay?
Yeah, don't smash your racket, bro.
88% say yes so far. That's 8 votes. All right. 1,000,000%.
What?
We would be hearing the bragging.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have gained like 27,000 subscribers.
All right, you ready?
All right.
Ready for some tennis?
Yeah, all right.
It's hot out there.
Guys, we love you a lot. Thanks so much for today. We will see you in the next couple of days. Remember, come the U.S. Open, that we'll be doing everyday shows for our last major of the year. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot. Not only just for our being thankful, but for you, because when the U.S. Open starts, we will be doing a $300 pot for finalist predictions, and we will also be doing 2 separate $50 pots for 2 separate winners. So we're going to be giving away $400 at the U.S. Open, as well as a brand new tennis racket of someone's choice, whoever wins it, sent directly to you from the manufacturer. Anyway, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because when the U.S. Open starts, the future subscriptions, in other words, don't start watching the U.S. Open, and then when you realize all the prizes, you hit subscribe then, because those will lock prior to it, and then we will start our U.S. Open games for the final major of the year. Thanks always to Y-Tech Strings. What's up, Ivor Savage?
The toughest pick of the year.
What's up, Ivor Savage? Ivor Savage will be having strings. We'll be having a tire to give away as well for those of you that may want apparel, strings, and a tire aside from the cash. Sometimes you can get more for your money by getting the apparel, strings, and so forth. So
let's go Nadal. Come on. He has an easy draw, by the way. We didn't talk about that, but he has an easy draw, in my opinion.
Next thing, Carla has an email address, and that email address is 5K, like this, 5K tennis, no spaces, obviously, on email. 5, the number 5, a capital K, a capital T, and then lowercase ENNIS. 5K tennis at mail, MAIL.com. 5KTENNIS at mail, MAIL.com. She has to get a tattoo if Rafael Nadal does not win the U.S. Open, and I've always wanted her to get one, and I know a lot of you are like, why in the hell would you put a tattoo on a Ferrari? She's my Ferrari. I shine that shit. Love it. I'm like, what? That's my Ferrari. But, I'm going to put a little, what do you call that? I'm going to put a little, what do they call that? Pinstripe. You got pinstripe on that thing. Mm-hmm. Freshen it up a little bit. I would love to see a design. Or design. Why do they throw the G in design? I don't know. A design. Pencil whip one. Put one out there. Give us food for thought. because that's going to go food on the body when Djokovic does not win that, because he damn sure ain't. Clear?
Djokovic is not winning it, you said?
Nadal isn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so far, 81% said yes. 19% said no. All right. Novak fans, where you hiding?
Okay, now here's the thing. Here's the thing. We were given this poster behind us, or not a poster. It's a print. It's a beautiful print by George S. from the Balkan United Water Polo Club in Houston, Texas. Heck of a print. Love it. Okay. I would think, as hardcore of a fan it is to send that print there, that someone would be here at least backing that up. Again, the stuff on the wall behind us isn't because we just picked it out and put it there. It's because you sent it here. And we told everybody, with Ethan D.A., my mom, my sister's old racket, Florence, George S., this 5K Sheets Hours.
That's Florence. That's Kimiko.
Florence, King Miko. So, the Djokovic fans out there, and the Federer and Nadal fans, and all you fans,
you got to take defeat.
You got to live with it, man. But don't send a huge ass print and then have your boy lose and not try to back that up. So I'm surprised that a lot of you Federer, Nadal, and everybody else fans aren't sending stuff to cover that up. I'm so surprised, man.
I would be like,
just cover the shit up. I mean, I'm gonna leave it there until it's covered up. You can go to the dollar store and buy a freaking butterfly tapestry for 23 cents and bring it here, or not bring it here, put it in the mail for a postage stamp, which is now like 40 cents. When I was a kid, it was like 2 cents, and send it here. And I'm going to stick it up there.
This guy said they can dish it, but they can't take it.
Just saying, man. If you hate the guy so much, cover it up. I don't get why you can't do that. Anyway.
All right, guys.
Much love. Vamos. Let's go. See ya.
End stream.
Oh, I forgot you could even do that.
End.
Yeah.